This is a robotic arm fully designed in a web browser. And these are custom FPV drones. And this is a fully 3D printed thrust vectoring rocket. And what do they all have in common? They're made possible because of Onshape. Let's start from zero. Hi, my name is Micah, and since I was 7 when I was first introduced to Tinkercad, and after completing thousands of hours of computer-aided design on softwares like Fusion 360, SolidWorks, Revit, Navisworks, SketchUp, Blender, and of course Onshape, I've become an expert in CAD and have used it for work, competitive robotics, and a plethora of personal projects. Whether this is your first time approaching CAD or you already kind of know what you're doing, this series goes beyond just learning how to operate Onshape and will equip you with the skill set to create almost any geometry you can imagine and the intuition to do so as efficiently as possible. So let's get started. So what is CAD? CAD is computer-aided design, and it's the use of software to create, modify, analyze, or optimize 2D drawings and 3D models. It's how most engineers and hobbyists design their parts before making them. So before CAD, everything needed to be drawn by hand, meaning if you changed anything, oftentimes the entire drawing would need to be redone. Until in 1963, MIT developed the first 2D CAD program. As time went on, in 1982, AutoCAD started, which was a 2D CAD software. Then came the 1990s, and now there were three-dimensional programs like SolidWorks, and this was the beginning of parametric design. But it was difficult to collaborate with others, and it required a lot of compute. So in 2012, Onshape was founded, and they decided they could make a CAD program run completely in a browser. So who's using Onshape and why is it relevant? Well, Onshape is one of the newer CAD programs, but it really took off and is well past 2 million users now. Not to mention that it's browser-based, free for everyone, and supports real-time collaboration. It's used by some of the world's best FRC and FTC teams, as well as combat robotics teams. Trek Bicycles, Garmin, and Formlabs all use it to design their products, and many engineering firms are beginning to adopt it because of its ease of use and easy collaboration. Let's design a part. So first, we're going to go to onshape.com. Sign up if you don't already have an account. It's pretty straightforward, or you can go ahead and sign in with your account if you already have one. Once you're in, go to Create, Documents, name it whatever you want. Now we're put into the Part Studio tab. This is where all of our parts are designed. You can see the feature tree over here, the toolbar up top, and the view cube in this corner. To navigate, you can hold down the right-click button to turn. Left-click button is to select and highlight parts. You can also change your view by doing this and clicking on the different faces of the view cube. You can also right-click on planes and view normal to align yourself to a surface. You can hold the middle mouse button to pan or to like strafe side to side. Okay, to start, we're going to go to Sketch and then click a plane. We'll go top plane. You can click N to view normal to. And then we're going to use the center point rectangle tool. And from the center, make a rectangle. You can see right now everything is blue. Blue means it's unconstrained and it's free to move. So we're going to put in a couple dimensions. And now it's black, meaning it's fixed. And now when we try and drag it around, it can't be moved compared to something blue can be. So I'll delete that. Check that sketch, extrude. So you can see this arrow lets you control how much you're extruding in the direction. You can flip the direction here too and set any number you want. Now that we have the base of our box, we're going to use the shell tool. Click the surface we want to be open. A thickness, we'll go 4 millimeters. And now we can use the fillet tool to fillet the faces of our box. So if we just click on these 4 faces, it'll naturally fillet every edge that's touching it. We'll go a 2 millimeter fillet, so half the thickness, and that's perfect. So that's a super basic box just so we can see how Onshape works, but we're going to go way more in depth into each step of the process in future videos. So before we finish up, this is a quick overview of the whole series. This is the foundation section, and there's a couple more videos for that. Then we're doing a deep dive into sketching, all the Part Studio tools and assemblies, then how to collaborate with other people and organize version history, then professional workflows like good practices and advanced techniques. And then we're going to go over designing for certain manufacturing, and then deep dives into how to get the most out of every single tool. And then there'll be a few daily challenges to serve as exercises so you can practice the skills you're learning. Not all of this is set in stone, but by the end of this, I'm confident you'll be able to design almost anything in Onshape. So that's Onshape, where it came from in your first part. Next episode, we're going to go over navigation and setting up a document.